Go ahead.
We'll take questions for Coach. First question right here in the front on 2.
Rick, you guys are up 103 to 99, about 3 minutes and change there. Only have 1 point the rest of the way. Just kind of what did you see from the offense that got stagnant?
Yeah, we got stagnant. Their second shots were a big problem. When you're unable to rebound, it's hard to continue to play with pace and tempo. I haven't looked at the end of the game yet, so I don't have the blow-by-blow for you. But give them credit. They kept attacking, and their defense was great down the stretch.
4th row on the left.
Shakia Taylor, The Athletic. Rick, you all had 20 assists in the first 3 quarters, but only 1 in the fourth. What do you think caused that?
A lot of the same stuff I was just talking about. An inability to come up with rebounds, an inability to get key stops was a part of it. And then, we just got too stagnant. The ball was not being advanced quickly enough. We weren't creating problems, and we were up against the clock a lot. So things got very difficult, but you got to give Oklahoma credit. I mean, they made it very difficult.
Front left, Tim.
Rick, from the very beginning of the series, you've talked about how it's an 18-day grind. How important is that mindset now that you know that it's at least going 6 and that you've prepared yourself for one that's going to go either pretty close to the end or to the ultimate end?
I mean, it's it's the ultimate effort, endeavor, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's long, it's arduous, but it's the greatest opportunity going. It's the greatest opportunity going, and it's really hard, and it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard, and this is where we're gonna have to dig in and circle the wagons and come back stronger on Monday. It's a big disappointment, but there's 3 games left.
Greg, front right.
Rick, I know when you study film, you'll have a answer this probably better. But SGA was kind of under wraps in the fourth quarter. He had like 15 by himself. Did you see anything? Was he figuring something out? What did you see from your vantage point?
Well, he got to the free throw line some. I don't think he had gotten to the free throw line at all in the first half. Fouls were an issue. Look, he's a great player. That's the other issue. He's the MVP, and so. We had a couple of good stands against him. There was one time he tried to split, a double team, and we came up with the ball. But then I don't remember if we converted or not. So look, we had some terrific opportunities that we did cash in on. In the third quarter, and some late third quarter that we did not. That would have made it tougher on them going into the fourth quarter. But hey, you're up 7 at home. You got to dig in and find a way, and we were just. We were unable to do it tonight.
Standing in the back left.
Hey, Coach, Open Court Basketball Germany. How much or how beautiful is that to see when we see the last game? Benedict is the one stepping up today, Obi Toppin, even though it's a loss, but to see that it doesn't matter, like there's always someone who's the next and comes up with the points you need.
Yeah, we're put together really probably unlike any other team in the NBA in terms of our dependence on one another. And, you can look at the stats and, individual guys having big nights is a big part of success. But with us, the thing that works for us is balance. A lot of guys involved, a lot of guys passing it, a spirit that is evident, that is positive, and, regardless of whether things are going good or bad. And so, look, Obi did some terrific things tonight. Ben was great last game. Next game we're going to have more guys step forward.
Last question up front.
Rick, Thunder had 3 3-pointers the whole game. They had one in the end of third quarter. They only had one. You guys were leading as you had more than 10 points lead, and you lost the game. How much does it hurt? And you, as a champion, as you had in tough situations, you've been in tough situations before. How do you motivate the guys to not let that loss sting for the next 48 hours?
Yeah, we're going to look at the film tomorrow and then travel. They had 38 free throws, and that was a problem. They made 34 to 38. We had 33 and made 25. They missed 4. We missed 8. The difference of 4 is significant. There's a lot of little things going on, but this series is going to come down to the basics, and our inability to effectively rebound when we needed to is the biggest thing. 43 to 33 and a bunch of second chance points. Made it difficult and in the end impossible. So we got to bounce back. I don't need to motivate these guys. I think they have a sense of where they are. But this kind of a challenge is going to have extreme highs and extreme lows, and this is a low right now, and we're going to have to bounce back from it.
Thank you, Coach. Take questions around the room. Please raise your hand. We'll have the microphone brought to you. Scott on the right side.
Pascal, what did the fourth quarter feel like? You guys missed all of your 3-point attempts. You only got up one shot. What did they do to be disruptive in that fourth?
I thought we took some shots. We missed them, like you said. They made shots. They went to the free throw line a lot of times. And yeah, like we just didn't execute at the end of the game. We didn't get easy shots. And the easy shots that we got, we missed them. So, and they made them.
Next question, second row here.
Zach Kiefer with The Athletic. Pascal, Carlisle said you guys just got stagnant on offense. I'm curious if you would agree with that late in the fourth quarter. You guys have been so good in those moments throughout the postseason. Would you agree that it just kind of got discombobulated at the end?
I think we didn't execute well. I think, and again, we missed some shots. So, obviously that looks away, when you miss shots. So it always looks like, we didn't do what we're supposed to do. But we watched the film and try to get better.
Back right on one.
Pascal, Rick said this was a big disappointment. How do you assess this loss in terms of disappointment?
Yeah, no, obviously we wanted to win. I thought we played well enough for some stretches of the game to put ourselves in a position to win. But unfortunately it didn't happen. And I think every loss at this point it's a disappointment.
Back row on the left.
Samantha Horton with WFY Public Media. With the series now tied and a win necessary on the road, I guess can you talk about that mindset the team's going to have to go into to accomplish that?
Yeah, well, we gotta go out there. We've won some games on the road before, so I think we just gotta go out there with our confidence. Continue to, like I said, we watched what we did wrong and trying to get better at those things. And at the end of it, we just gotta go out there and again, do things that we've done in the past. And so we have that confidence that we can do it. So it's going to take a lot and it's going to be hard. But I think, we have the group capable of doing that.
Again, on your left.
Pascal, so this is obviously an offense that we see features a lot of different players, and you can come in and out of being featured. This has happened to you in the past, but typically you're still guarded by a really high-level check on the other side. When you see the offense move elsewhere on the floor, what are you looking to do to impact in ways, even if you're not exactly involved in an action?
I think just continue to move, cut. I think, like I said, our team is unique in the fact that, we can just play. But, just trying to find ways, seams out there and make plays, rebound, and again, I think it's easy to just look at it, when we lose a game and we miss some shots and it's but it doesn't matter. I think we've done. It's just rebounding, turnovers. There's so many things in the game that we just didn't do right. And it came at the right moment. They made the right plays and they won the game.
Anyone with a final question? Last one in the middle.
You have 4 steals in the first quarter. How do you manage to get those balls so fast, so quick?
Just trying to be active. And again. We're trying to play team defense and to me, I think, I don't know, it might be luck, but just be in the right place at the right time. But yeah.
Thank you. First question right here in the front. Fifth seat in the middle.
James Boyd, The Athletic. Ty, in the fourth quarter, only 1 assist, 20 assists through the first 3 quarters. Why do you think it got so stagnant late, and what did they do perhaps differently to affect the game so much?
Yeah, we got to do a better job. I got to do a better job of keeping pace in the game. I thought I did a much better job of that last game, keeping pace, getting rebounds, and really pushing. I think we got to do a better job of when we do get stops, getting out and running. A lot of times in that fourth, we were fouling too much, taking the ball out, having to, kind of run something versus, just just random basketball. So I gotta do a better job there. Watch film, see where I can get better. But yeah, that's on me. I gotta get us playing faster down the stretch, and I'll be better game 5.
Tony up front.
Tyrese, you're up 4 with just 3 minutes to go in the finals. Give that one away. How do you feel right now? How does that one sit with you?
It's frustrating, of course. You want to win that game. Especially a game at home where, like you said, you have the lead late. But that's just not how the cookie crumbled today. And so take a shower, watch film, see where we can get better, and be ready to go for game 5. I feel like myself personally, I could be a lot better for us as a group, and we just gotta get more stops down the stretch. 17-point fourth quarter. After the offensive success we had all game, I think is really shows we gotta do a better job moving the ball, and I think that starts with me. So. We got to be ready to go game 5. Obviously going into a hostile environment, we got to be ready to play. And, for us to win, we're going to have to win one down there. So, got to be ready to go. And, we got a couple days to sit on this, watch film, see if we can get better. And, I'm excited about the challenge.
Jamal
Collier from ESPN. The first 3 quarters, you guys, what did you like about the defensive effort that you guys had, especially on Shea? I think he didn't have an assist in the game, and then kind of what do you think also allowed him to get loose late in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job of mixing things up. Drew obviously did a great job shepping his minutes. Double A, I think we're just trying to make it as tough as we can on him. We got to do a better job of not fouling. I think that's where a lot of our mistakes came. But I thought we did a good job. But he still ends up with 35. He's a tough cover. So we just gotta collectively keep making it hard on him. Keep rebounding and running.
All the way here on the left.
Tim Reynolds, AP. Tyrese, Rick has been saying since the start of the series that it's an 18-day thing, and it's almost like he's been planting the seed that this is going to go for a while. How important is that mindset as it turns out now that it's going to go at least 6?
Yeah, I think as a team, you just got to be ready to respond. Every game is different. You just got to be able to respond when your back's against the wall, and that's where we are right now. So obviously that's a frustrating loss, but as a group, I still have a lot of confidence in ourselves as a group. We got to be ready to go down there and fight for 48 minutes. It's going to be a challenge, but this group has been resilient all year, and I wouldn't want to go to war with any other group. So I'm really excited about game 5.
Dustin
DePierre, Indianapolis Star. You obviously talked about what you feel like you guys could have done better in the fourth quarter, but how did you see them dial it up, especially defensively, and what did you see them kind of make a point to take away?
Yeah, I thought they they went more to that, the 4-guard lineup, that got us stagnant there. But I still think there's a lot of areas for us to get better. I feel like we got some good looks, just missed some good looks. So again, watch film, see if we can get better. Guys will be ready to respond in a couple days.
Anyone else with a final question? Back right. Hold on.
Hey Tyrese, in the second quarter when you got that and one, you celebrated after making that free throw. How much of that was more a frustration of not getting calls, or just getting that call for the free throw?
Yeah, I think we're just through the course of the game, we just got to continue to to play and get downhill. I think the paint is our friend. When we're really getting in the paint, everything kind of opens up. So obviously that was my first free throw of the series. So just was excited about that. And I think as a group, we just got to keep getting downhill. The paint is our friend. We can play from the inside out. The better we are. So like I said, watch the film, see where we can get better, and be ready to go in a couple days.
Thank you, Tyrese. Yeah. Thanks everybody.